Alright, this is my first attempt at making a cooking video. I had some friends ask me how I make my pork roast, so I'm going to walk through it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to preheat the oven to 375. And then we're going to turn on and preheat a skillet. I have a large Califon anodized aluminum skillet. Preheat that while I'm doing everything else. Now, I went to my local Meijer and I got about, it's just under 4-pound pork roast. Yeah, we're looking at 3.935 pounds. So, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this in half. One half I'm going to roast today. The other half is going to go in a freezer bag with a little bit of Italian dressing and go in the freezer. I'll probably use it for pulled pork later on. So, bear with me. It's not perfectly in half, but it's close enough. So the thicker half I will drop in for the pulled pork. So let's go in the freezer. I leave the fat cap on. Some people do, some people don't. I leave it on just it adds more flavor. So, I mean, big old fat cap on this thing. Put it in here. Take some Kraft Zesty Italian, just what I use. And finished up the bottle. Just zip this up, squeeze the air out of it. Alright. Mush it around. It's now going in the freezer. Now, for the other piece. Just going to pull this out. Let it just sit on my cutting board for a second. Change my gloves out. Gonna just dab it dry. And now I'm going to show you the spice rub that I use and how I do it. Different people do their rubs different way. This is my technique. So I start with a piece of foil, and then what I'm going to do is fold the back edge up about 1/4 inch or so, just so I don't send spices all over my counter. Yeah, there's a little dab of Italian on there, doesn't matter. Here's the spices that I use, and I build my rub from the outside in. So I've got ground ginger, chili powder, lemon pepper, or that's oregano, I'm sorry, lemon pepper, garlic salt, ground ginger, and sage. And I'm just going to set my camera here, and you'll get to see how kind of I put the spices down. So go one at a time, and build it as I go. And I just put them down, put a good dusting on. thing that I like about mustard and chili powder, or paprika, if you don't like chili powder is not really hot, but some people aren't a fan, is those two combined make a nice sealing mix for it. Add a little bit of oregano. You can see I do make a little bit of a mess, but it's not going off the back. So a little bit of lemon pepper. And then a little bit of garlic salt. If you don't like it salty, you can swap garlic powder. Pork tends to be salt retentive, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, from when it comes from the processors. Now, if you buy straight up pork from a butcher, I don't know if it'll be as salty. And now we're putting some ginger on. And finally, a little bit of sage. I also use this for pork chops, so if I buy some boneless pork chops, I'll put it in this and actually follow some of the same steps. So I'm going to put some fresh gloves on. So, hopefully you can see what I'm about to do with the pork. Is I just take it and I roll it in the rub. Make sure it gets well covered on all surfaces. If I'm doing pork chops, I'm going to use the foil then to just cover the pan when I cook them. I won't need it for this. So, yeah, just as you can see, I've got good coating of rub on it. Now, that's ready. We're going to heat some oil in the pan. I'm going to use some bacon fat, or bacon butter as I like to call it. If I don't have this, I will normally use a little bit of olive oil and just put it in the spoon, heat the spoon, and then when it's ready, it just slides right off. Swirl it around the pan a little bit. And let that get good and melted. Now I've got the oven preheating to 375. And I'm going to get out a glass pan. See, I want the one downsized from the 9x13. Pardon the down face on that. There's the oil heating up. You can see it's beginning to smoke a little bit. So I'll take 2 forks and just kind of put them in the pan like this. I'm going to rest the roast on that, and then I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom. But now for the roast. I'm going to bring it over here to the pan and get it roasting. I'm going to do 1 minute aside. This is just to sear, and then we'll throw it in the oven. So I'm going to pause this for the moment. So as you can see, I've got the top and bottom seared. I'm searing the side. then I will do the ends when I'm done with that. I'll be back and just kind of show you what it looks like and how it's going in the oven. Alright, so now pulling this off the stove, you can see I've got a good sear going all the way around. I'm going to put it in my roasting pan, just on my 2 forks, just to kind of keep it up out of the water. There's this little splash of water in the bottom. I put the fat cap on the upside so that as it cooks, it seals it in, but it also leaches more of the good flavor. The fat has a lot of the flavor in it. So, got my oven preheated to 375, and we're just going to throw this in for about 45 minutes because it's just under 2 pounds, and it should be good to go. So we're going to set a timer. Talk to you in 45 minutes.